If ever there was a franchise that was on the brink of oblivion, it was the WWE 2K games. WWE 2K20 is still one of the worst games I've ever played, and it tanked the series in a way that was unheard of in the history of annually released sports games. But after taking a year off, the development team returned with WWE 2K22, and while it didn't nail everything, it certainly showed that there was still life in the franchise. WWE 2K23 maintained that trajectory, with what was the best wrestling game in recent memory, effectively erasing the bad taste left by the 2020 edition. Now on the edge of WWE's 2K24 release, it is easy to wonder if things are going to keep getting better. Well, after spending a good few hours with it, certainly looks like that is a very real possibility. Sitting down at a PC to play, the first thing I noticed is that Rhea Ripley is front and centre. Australia's own Mammy has taken the wrestling world by storm, and it is clear she has been a big part of the promotion focus for this year's game. Not only is she on the cover of the deluxe edition with Bianca Belair, but she is splashed all over the loading screens and the main menu. It isn't anything that improves the game in a real way, but it is wonderful to see to not only an Australian featured so heavily, but it's also someone that hasn't had that treatment previously. As much as I love them, I've seen The Rock, Stone Cold, John Cena and The Undertaker take centre stage a million times. So it's time for some new blood.
Bomb! Jumping knee strike on point.
During my demo time, the focus was on 3 new modes for this year's game. The newly upgraded Backstage Brawl, the Ambulance Match, and the Legends of Wrestlemania featured mode. The Backstage Brawl, a feature in WWE games since the dawn of time, has had a significant upgrade. No longer is it the strictly 1v1 affair. You can have up to 4 wrestlers duking it out among storage boxes, old tables, and vending machines that litter the backstage arena. Speaking of vending machines, there is a host of new interactive elements that can be used to inflict pain on your opponent. My favourite of which was cans of soft drink that can be lobbed at your opponent. These changes make for a more lively and unpredictable battle, and I can see this being a favourite for couch battles among friends.
Rude had struggled to this point. His luck was going to change in an instant. Warrior hit the ropes 3 times before attempting his big splash, giving Rude just enough time to get his...
The Ambulance Match is something brand new to wrestling video games, and it's a nice mix-up to the usual offerings. For those that don't follow the WWE, this match involves one wrestler getting the other out of the ring and into the back of an ambulance while closing its doors. The key gameplay elements that revolve around the ambulance and its doors use button mash mini-games here to complete, which, depending on your stance on these sort of things, may be a negative. But for me it worked. I would have liked to have been able to Irish whip an opponent into the ambulance, but as it is, the only way to get them in is to pick them up and throw them. But otherwise, it is the sort of match that adds a nice bit of variety to proceedings, even if it is the sort of thing you wouldn't take part in on a regular basis.
Draped across.
The final and most exciting mode I saw was the Legends of Wrestlemania. Taking the place of a single superstar-focused mode of previous entries, this celebrates 40 years of WrestleMania by allowing players to participate in its most famous matches. I only got a set of 3 to play, including Rhea Ripley vs Charlotte Flair and Cody Rhodes vs Roman Reigns from WrestleMania 39. What was super impressive was how this mode mixed FMV from the actual matches with gameplay. Hit a key event from the match and it seamlessly transitioned to the video of a live match, and then back again. It added a real sense of history to proceedings, and I expect the WWE's fan base to get a massive kick out of it. As for what other matches appear in the mode, I have no idea, but I think it's safe to say the big ones, like Taker vs HBK or Stone Cold vs The Rock, will make an appearance. They're too highly regarded not to. On the tech side of things, I was also pretty impressed with what I saw, especially as this is an early build. Animation seemed super smooth, the graphics look nicer than previous entries, and the level of detail in the WWE superstars and venues was fantastic. There were still some instances of funny physics when the ropes got involved, but I felt like it was much less noticeable than previous versions of the franchise. With the game currently in this shape, I have high hopes for a bug-free, smooth launch for players when it reaches their systems.
It's a mixture of nerves and excitement for the most part. It's the opportunity of a lifetime, but every competitor is fighting those same instruments.
As my time wrapped with the WWE 2K24 preview, I was left wanting more. And let's be honest, that is what you hope for out of these sessions. The new Legends of Wrestlemania mode is a real highlight, and I can't wait to go through all of the matches and relive these exciting moments. The tech seems to have evolved from previous versions, and the new matches are a welcome addition for variety's sake. I hope that the career mode is a solid one, and the creator wrestler systems are on point, because if they are, I see no reason to believe that WWE 2K24 will not be better than last year's entries. Things are looking up on the WWE front, and I hope it continues that way for a long time to come. Thank you for joining us for another preview on Player 2's YouTube channel. You can like and subscribe the video down below. It's very much appreciated and it helps us out. Head over to player2.net.au and check out all of our news, reviews, previews, opinion pieces and podcasts, including the written version of this preview. And if you like what you saw, make sure you click the video in the top left corner there. You might see something else you like. Thanks for joining us, and I'll catch you next time on Player 2. See ya.
Bailey's fired up and wants this crowd to know it.